Well, hello there. I'll say good morning because it is mine. It may be your afternoon or evening. And may you have a good one in whatever way it is. Yes, I'm here again, that wonderful person that says he loves to be here, and he does. I'm in joy. I'm found a way to keep this going too. I think we can stay consistent, I'm hoping. Moving on. I thought that, you know, you can check out my full list of my meditations. We did one yesterday. Um, and I was thinking that there is a very short one that I know that isn't on that list, doesn't need to be. It's really short and it works. I've had people say, wow, this really centered and grounded me in like 30 seconds or less. And that's what it does. So imagine all of that stuff that's running around in your head right now that, did you leave the coffee pot on if you're sitting at work and, you know, all of those things that are happening that really don't have a relevant place right now, and you need to file them, right? But you can't because you just don't have time to file them all at once. Or do you? Could you? Does that happen? Could you just very simply bring yourself to a place of center, grounded peace in God? Hmm. You just did. Yes. Center, grounded peace in God. Right here, God center. Boom, 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 boom. Ah, okay. All the files got filed, and you'll be able to find them later. Doesn't matter what it is, including that recipe about Grandma's apple pie that you've been looking for a long while. It's up there in your noggin somewhere. You just go to the one who created you, God. However you, what you require is just very simply asking God. Yeah. So that's two. I give you two. And just very simply, oh God, where is that recipe in my mind? Yeah. Oh, well, hello there. Why did I do put it in that place? But anyway, doesn't matter. It's there, honest. And you know, so we'll leave it there. That's a couple of very easy ones to do as far as I'm concerned. And we'll move on. Now, if you want to get a hold of me, and that may happen at some point, uh, it's Eric at starthealing.me, Eric at starthealing.me, Eric at starthealing.me. That's what it's all about. Just send out to that email and I will send you a link and we can talk. That one's without charge. Maybe I'm a piece of your healing puzzle. Okay, now today we start something new, right? We shelved Sanctuary for a little while. Don't worry, we'll be going back there at some point, either on this channel or one of the other story channels that I will start. We'll see. But right now, that's in a good place. Everything's kind of working out. Everybody's kind of happy. It's a good place to plateau for a while. When I was thinking and praying and praying and thinking about what to do next, there was a few things that flew through my mind. One of them actually lighted quite heavily and started to kind of become more than just a seed, but a bit of a tree. There goes that mustard seed again. And I was wondering if that was really something that we would cover here. So kind of put that aside for a minute and I went, okay, what else is around? And you know, it's interesting because I think this is the place for that. We'll leave it here for now. Can always move it to leaving theater when I get it up, which should be in the next few days, I hope. Just before I roll into school and everything has to have its place or it won't work. I'm glad this does. So, let's begin. I had a name once, I imagine. I don't know it now. I've been called numbers for so long. It doesn't matter. Or does it? That's what I'm here to find out. After 15 and a half years of being somebody's number, doing things that no human being should do. But we did. We did it for king, country, for planet in some cases. But that's behind me now. And as I roll down the road in this old Jeep of mine, well, it is mine, was given to me by the person who got me out. I didn't think that was possible. I thought one in, you leave in a bag, that's it. But that isn't what was happening. I was free, or at least as much as free as I could be at this moment. Nightmares, yes, I still had them. God, well, he was with me. Yet we were still working that one out. How could God be with someone like me? Yet the truth of the matter is God was, that I knew. In a sense, the redemption of this person had begun. It began at a cabin with me waking up screaming. I had said no. You don't say no to these type of people. Doesn't matter who they are. That's very unimportant. Well, you don't say no. I did. It was a flash, a sound, a splash. I was done. Temple shot, gone. Malfunctioning equipment dealt with. Dot, dot, dot. Except apparently God wasn't done, I guess, because I found myself looking up at this very elderly native lady. We found out later she was an Inuit grandmother who looked at me and said, can't die yet. I went, they tried. She goes, oh, they did, but they'll never know they missed. I just eventually found my feet after about 30 minutes of laying there. My wetsuit was, well, a bit of a mess. And she chuckled and she said, I have something probably that'll fit you. And she did. And she would sit and hold me through nightmares and terrors and being shot. That's a big one. Eventually, she came to a place where she took me out, took the tarp off, and said, you know how to drive one of these? Not legally. I said, don't have a license. She said, up here, it doesn't matter. Just don't hit a tree or anything. If you do, just leave it. It's not registered to anyone. but it's yours. You're gonna go somewhere. You're gonna arrive somewhere. You don't know where you're going right now, but that Jeep will take you. I've been sitting with her for 2 weeks, healing from whatever had happened in that water and before the water and before everything went black. And she had been telling me about that God had a purpose for my life. Couldn't figure out what that would be. I mean, I had done some, well, we'll get to those maybe. For now, back to this present moment. She laughed at me, patted my back, and said, "Off you. You have something to do for God." And in this, here are the tears again. Things I couldn't really understand for 15 years, but they're here now. Uh, God was going to redeem. That's what she said. One more pat on my back, and off I drove. Into the unknown. I didn't know what was happening, bumping down this road. Come around a corner, and there's a town. You might call it that. It had a name, Broken Hoof, maybe. Underneath it, scrawled in letters that weren't weren't any much better than the name itself. I've been gifted some capital of the country I was in and told to get lunch at the next town. Sure, out in the middle of nowhere, and I do mean nowhere. I don't even know where I was. I don't even know which place I'm in. I had an Inuit grandmother, so that's possibly in northern some territories. Maybe, maybe in the territories, maybe somewhere else. I walked into a place that looked like it might sell something to eat. It did. At night, it was a bar. On Sunday, it was a church. Yeah, that happens up here, apparently. Through the week, it was somewhat of a diner, open as long as the missus behind that thing decided to cook. Sometimes she cooked real late, sometimes she wouldn't. I sat down and I had moose steak and eggs. Sound like good. I like moose when I was memories. Don't have those really. Don't remember too much before 15 years ago. Some, apparently, moose steak. More tears. So I ate my moose steak and eggs. A lady who seemed to be chief cook, bottle washer, and waitress walked over and said, "Coffee?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Sounds good. What you doing?" I said, "I'm traveling." "Where are you traveling to?" "Don't know." She smiled. She goes, "Maybe you're an answer for me." She said, "You hunt?" "Could, I suppose." She looked and she goes, "You got that 1,000 year stare. Not yard, but year." She goes, "That's worse." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Military." I said, "Can't talk much more." She said, "Don't need to. Probably can shoot." I said, "Last time I looked. Like bow better than gun though. I don't want to fire one of those again." "That's not a problem. I don't care how you hunt, but if you hunt and you bring in meat for me, and maybe help me butcher it. That old house up on the hill is yours for as long as you require it. There's dead ends in that forest that are dry wood, perfect for burning. It's October, so it's cold, but it's going to get colder. Probably need to bring some of those in. No power saw. I don't like that type of equipment anyway. Ah, have some problems with machinery, do you? Well, I can fix them. I said, where did that come from? I don't know if I can, but apparently I said it. Well, that's good because our generator is a mess. I'll take a look at it after breakfast. I'll take the house. Feels right. Let's leave it there. Interesting story, isn't it? Just a fictional tale, of course. At least that's where we best leave it. So let's have a blessing. Well, joy is always good to start with the beginning of the week, and this is Monday for me, so I guess we'll call this the beginning of the week. You may be at Friday, and that's okay. Joy is still good there too. We always require peace unexplainable because there's always things that if we didn't have peace unexplainable, they wouldn't be dealt with, would they? Abundance is always good. Answers, insights, inventions, and many other things that that brush will paint for you that's in God's hands. According to His will, according to His wish, according to your will and wish, it can be. We come before you, Father, and you've decided that this story fits here. I would have put this on Leaving Theater, but I get it. Not everyone would go there. This is a everyone must hear story, I guess. That's what this tube is about. This connection between you and your people. That's what you're doing. I ask you to push it back so that they can see you in a greater way. Whatever that means, for the first time or for the 100th time. Doesn't matter. Just let them see you. Let them hear you. Let them know your care and concern. That's it, God. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to ask for your courage and strength for this day and your grace and mercy along the way. And I say thankful, grateful, gratitude, thankful, grateful, gratitude, thankful, grateful, gratitude. Standing in awe and honor, respect, allowing all glory to flow. The Father, Spirit, Son. This is, and so this is. You be blessed. When you rest, rest well. When you wake, wake well. Know that your path is well lit by God. Blessings.